Welcome to the City of Rats.
Oh, City of Rats.
It's a new name, baby. New era. This is the podcast. All right? You got two guys from New York, one New York State, one New York City, for the clarification that Dennis needs.
Well, they're both New York State.
All right, well, you know. Well, you're the one who always goes, I can't be known as
I don't want to be. I have no home. That's the thing. I can't rep Queens.
Yes.
I can't really rep Long Island either. I'm
I
a
know.
man without a country. You know what I mean?
Damn it. That's so
True, though.
That's so fucking lame.
Why is that lame?
You know what the thing is? I feel the same way you feel, but hearing it out of your mouth makes me regret saying it to other people.
Yeah, you agree, but
Yeah,
you don't
I
want to
know.
hear these things out loud. You
No,
know what I mean?
absolutely
You don't
not.
want to hear your shortcomings out loud. You
Nobody
just keep
does.
them inside.
100%.
And you reflect on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let them chew you from the inside like rats do.
I'm moving to Alberta.
Yeah.
I'm going to herd cows like my ancestors before me.
Alberta what?
Canada.
Okay.
You trying to catch me? Like, I don't know where Alberta is, you dumbass. You genuinely like Alberta where? Like
I don't even know. I don't know what you were going to say.
trying to make it an accusation, but really you're like, I don't know where that is.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Alberta, Ireland, and I was going to correct you.
Alberta, Ireland. There could be an Alberta Island. Ireland. I don't know.
Anyway, so this is the new podcast, very city focused. Two New York guys getting right into it, getting to the thick of it.
Sure.
Okay, we've talked about this before, but you know when older guys or it's mostly men, will give you directions.
Yeah.
And you have GPS. Mm-hmm. What I love about New York City is that there is certain things that you just have to know.
Yeah.
Like GPS will fail you.
Right.
And this is a truly New York City centric situation.
Mm-hmm.
Friday afternoon,
Okay.
going towards the Holland Tunnel to exit to New Jersey.
Not a good time. How late in the afternoon?
We're talking...
We talking 1 p.m. or we talking 4? Big difference.
4 o'clock is a parking lot.
Yeah.
You might as well leave your car there, go to the bar, come
Yeah.
back and get it at 9 p.m. It'll still be there.
Truly purgatory.
Yeah, yeah,
Time
absolutely.
to reflect on everything that's brought you to this moment.
I once left to do a show in South Jersey, went through the Holland, left at 1, got there generally, even in the worst traffic, 3.5 hours.
Sure.
I got there at 8:05.
What time was showtime? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
So the host is on?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like, Jesus Christ.
No, it was Uncle Vinny's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know, Dino, the guy who runs it, hosts it.
Right.
So he's on stage calling.
So
someone
he's already going long. You get there at 8:05. He's
Yeah.
already pushing
Yeah.
all of his material.
Absolutely. He's calling people cocksuckers. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you do? How long you been here? Shut your mouth. He's
You
like,
just made the website.
yeah.
Be sure to check out Uncle Vinny's website. Best comedy club website in the game.
100%. It's the. Is it in the contact page? I don't even know.
I think it just search every page on there until
Yes.
you know what we're referencing.
Who we'd like to thank.
Yes, who
and
we'd like to thank, yeah.
And then there's a section after that, who we'd like to unthank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to catch it?
Yeah.
It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow.
Somebody's going to get it.
Yeah.
So that's like the one thing that's so New York centric is that.
Right. Traffic in general.
No, it's not traffic in general. It's going through the
Knowing
Holland.
those points, like knowing,
Yeah.
okay, for example, if I'm coming out from deep Queens and I
Right.
got to go to New Jersey and it says, hey, go through Manhattan, I'm Google. I know everything there is to know. I know
Yeah.
where you are down to like a
Sure.
few yards.
Absolutely.
Go through the Holland Tunnel, go through the city. It'll
Yeah.
save you 20 minutes.
Right.
I know
Yes.
that once I get there, it's going to cost me an hour and a half.
Easily. But the Lincoln is the hidden gem.
Sometimes.
No. I'm telling you right now, I've taken the Lincoln time and time again.
Yeah.
And it is never led me astray.
Right.
I've gotten across the city 20 minutes.
Okay.
And that's pretty bad.
Which one's further north? Uptown?
George
Which one's-
Washington.
No. I mean, out of the Holland or the...
It's Holland is further south, then Lincoln, then George Washington.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I can't rep New York City. I don't know where the tunnels are.
That's such an... Who cares?
I can't.
Fuck the tunnels.
I'm moving to Jersey. I'm
You go
becoming a
further?
Jersey comic.
Yeah, you go further. All right, you
I
got
know all the turnpikes.
There's a bunch of things that you brought to my attention. You sent me an email, which I respect.
Trying to do more for this podcast.
100%.
You know? It's
So-
not enough for me to just show up and look good.
I mean,
All right? And just start sweating in your
Let me
apartment
know when
because
you
it's 71 degrees.
Let me know when you start doing that.
And I comb my hair for this podcast.
That's great.
This
You
is a
look
brand
good.
new T-shirt.
Okay, that's
I
great.
almost wore a different color T-shirt today, and then I thought of the podcast.
Yeah, and you said, let me stay consistent.
Let me stay consistent.
Sure.
Yeah.
Read me these news articles.
All right, well, I know one off the bat that we
Go
could just
for it.
talk
Let's
about.
talk about it.
Rest in peace, Coolio.
Yes.
He's gone to Gangsta's Paradise.
Right.
In the sky with diamonds. Yep. Nope.
I'm going to tell you right now. My thing about Coolio.
What's your relationship with Coolio?
I got you.
In the past, where did you get your dick sucked to a Coolio song that you'll never forget?
It was 1993. Gangsta's Paradise. It was the first time a woman spit in my mouth.
Jesus.
I don't know. So there was. This is the thing about Coolio and Gangsta's Paradise, and that movie.
Not that he's just Gangsta's Paradise.
No, I know. He's got several other.
Criminal Minds or Dangerous Minds.
Yeah, Dangerous Minds with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Which I never saw, but it's another movie about a white woman teaching in the hood.
I think that movie broke open the floodgates, the levees, if you may, for white women to take up black causes.
Yeah. Are you saying all of the wokeism we're surrounded by today can all be brought back to that one focal point in history?
Yes, I kid you not. I think Gangsta's Paradise opened up to Gangsta's Hell.
You think a generation of women my age saw this movie?
100%.
They weren't playing with Barbies.
No,
they were watching Dangerous Minds.
I think so.
On VHS.
But their older brothers were.
Proud, yeah, okay, all right. Maybe they're watching with their older brothers,
right? Exactly,
and they're seeing how he reacts to the movie, and they say, you know what, this is injustice, and I will dedicate the rest of my life to tweeting about it.
My brother's friend Daryl seems very upset.
Yeah, I don't get that reference.
Well, Daryl is a black guy, but it's
Daryl's a black guy.
Yeah.
Where's the buzzer, dude?
Hold on.
You saw me reach for it real quick. First of all, Daryl's not even. Thank you.
There we go.
Daryl's not even that black of a name.
I thought it was black enough.
Isn't Daryl in The Walking Dead the hick biker guy?
Yeah, all right.
Pretty far.
But there can't be more than one Daryl.
I'm just saying. Yeah, Daryl's not. All right.
Yeah. All right. Point being is, I think that's the problem with Dangerous Minds.
Okay.
It started there. I'm not saying it became its peak. I'm not saying it's its peak, but that's when the snowball rolled off the hill.
And there's been a bunch of those films, though.
Since then.
That's the first one.
Saying. That's what I'm saying.
Michelle Pfeiffer, you said?
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer, I believe.
She was Catwoman, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just I'm getting it in my head because I've never seen it. Is it worth seeing?
I'm going to tell you right now, I've never seen it either.
Is it one of those movies in the 90s that people went to just because Gangsta's Paradise, which isn't it? It's like a 5-second scene. It's playing in the background of some.
I don't think that was the case. I think that there were other movies that were there's like a white teacher, white male teacher.
They're still making them.
Yeah.
Adrian Brody just did one, I think.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg just did one.
Did he? Which one?
Well, no, he was at a white school. Never mind. Yeah, never mind.
Was it Father Stu?
I'm thinking Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck with the basketball team?
Yes, the basketball team.
I didn't watch that one,
Yeah,
but I think that was more. That wasn't.
It was.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was about him teaching the kids. But all those movies, you
Right.
teach the kids. Kids teach you.
Yes.
He was
always.
battling with his alcoholism in the film.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
I've never seen it, but
I'm
I've heard
gonna
about
tell you
it.
now, that movie's gonna be shown in health classes for years.
Is it?
100%.
Really?
Whenever there's a movie where there's like someone's battling an addiction, but it's not too like egregious.
Right.
It's not like heroin.
Yeah.
It's always just drinking or like light use of drugs.
Yeah.
Then they'll show it in a health class. But if it's something like
They're not going to show Requiem for a Dream to 14-year-olds?
Yeah, no. They're not going to.
S to S. S to S.
They
I
first
have a question, teacher. What the fuck is that?
There's no like they don't need to see Jared Leto with his arm cut off. You know, his mom's.
Oh yeah, I forgot he gets his arm cut off.
His mom
at the end
addicted
of
to
that.
pills and shit.
Yeah.
That movie is too much.
All I remember is the S to S scene.
Right. And
That's the scene they should show in health class, where it's like, listen, you're gonna practice safe sex.
And you gotta also wash your dildos.
Yes, wash your dildos and use one with a base so it doesn't get sucked up. Health class 101, ladies and gentlemen, 7th grade.
You don't want to have a double-ended one and then somebody joins you unwillingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, much to you.
This is okay, but cigarettes. Don't do cigarettes.
Much to your chagrin.
Yeah, but you can be whored out for drugs when you really want them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Most people don't know this about New York City. The best place to score heroin, you know?
The best place to... Now, when you say the best, do you mean the easiest to obtain, or you mean like you get the best heroin at this spot?
You get easiest to obtain.
Let me look on Heroin Yelp real quick and find out.
Heroin. I can only imagine how great Heroin Yelp is.
Yeah.
It's like instead of stars, it's Z's.
It's just ellipses. Just ellipsi.
Ellipsize. Yeah, absolutely.
Just long pauses.
Yeah. This place has a great bathroom to not often.
All right, so I want to say...
Go for it.
I want to say heavy uptown, like Harlem, but that seems like a racial answer.
Yeah.
But that's not it. I'm just thinking of like the Velvet Underground song, Waiting for the Man, which is about going to get heroin
Sure.
in Harlem.
Right.
But all right, the best heroin, and it's not Penn Station, right, or Central Park, not like one of these, not Times Square. Times Square?
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Even nowadays?
Yeah.
I could see that back in the 80s and the 90s.
A buddy of mine, recovering addict, he's like, he told me, he's like, the best place to score heroin is Times Square. It's incredible. He's like, it's so easy to score heroin in Times Square.
Yeah.
Huh. So.
Well, also, that's the idea, though, of like scoring heroin is like we need to find someone to sell us heroin.
Yes.
Most people who do heroin have a procedure. They have a guy.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say Bushwick for a long time. That was where a lot of people went to pick up heroin. I know some people used to make that ride through the Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, the J-Rob.
I mean?
The
J-Rob.
Uh-huh.
And you get through all those twists and turns, and you get that sweet, sweet honey.
That's sweet. That's sweet Chiba.
But you got to drive back first. You don't shoot up in Bushwick because you're going to crash on the Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, 100%. The Jackie Robinson govrns itself.
Yeah, you get back to your mom's house in Nassau County.
And you do that heroin
and
like a pro.
You shoot up in the basement bathroom.
100%.
Music blaring. Did I ever tell you about the time my room, when I was living in Bushwick, my roommate's boyfriend was there, and did I ever tell you this story about him?
No, please.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
So I had 3 roommates in Bushwick, and one of them decided that her boyfriend was going to live with us. She was like, listen, we'll knock off $100 off everybody's rent. My boyfriend's going to live in my room. No problem.
Sure.
He was around all the time anyway.
Right.
No big deal.
I think in a situation like that, when you've got like a 4-room place, 2 bathrooms.
Yes.
Yeah, 4-room place, 2 bathrooms.
Yeah.
You're willing to be like, one extra person. Yeah. Not a big deal.
$75 off for the rent for the month or whatever. That's fine with me.
Not bad.
Yeah. But she was like working. She was away for a week or something, right? Mm-hmm. So it was just the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I'd always get home from work. I'd start drinking beer or whiskey or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he was around now. Yeah. And not with his girlfriend.
Right.
And you could feel that he was kind of like letting loose. He's kind of like, hey, man, like, let's drink some beers tonight. You want to play some darts? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'll play some. We had a dartboard in there.
I'll play some darts with you.
Let me talk to this guy.
It sort of feels like a pub. The room, the central room. You know what I mean? For those who don't know, I'll describe Dennis's apartment. There basically is a central living room / kitchen, and then the ends have bedrooms on it. So basically, wherever there's a corner, there's a bedroom, and it kind of goes that way. And then there's a bathroom somewhere in the middle as well.
So the communal space, there's
the kitchen and the kitchen bleeds right into the living room.
Yeah. It was a nice apartment, though.
Listen, this is not the point of the story.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like you're trying to shit on my apartment.
I'm not.
Can you believe these 4 people would live like this?
Okay. I lived in one of those too. All right. I'll tell the people I also lived in one of these. It wasn't as nice. Go.
So he's like kind of like feeling himself, and he's just like, yeah, let's have a few drinks or whatever. My girl's not here, we can talk shit or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah. So we start talking, we start playing, we're listening to music or whatever. Nothing weird, But this was also kind of a tough guy. This was one of those guys where he had crazy eyes. You know what I mean when I say that.
Wait, no, I know what you mean. Please describe what you mean, though.
Crazy eyes is a phenomenon in both men and women. It's not a matter of sex.
Sure.
Men and women have this where their eyes look crazy. Well, crazy is in like
stellar description.
Physically, I would describe crazy eyes as having a twinkle in both eyes.
Yeah.
Which normally a twinkle in your eye.
They're squirrely.
They're squirrely, man. They're shifty.
Very shifty.
You know what I mean? They're looking all over that room. You know what I mean?
I almost feel like they're always deciding the angles.
Yeah. That's kind of how it felt with this guy.
Right, but it's like not the same way a chess player would.
Right. No, not calculating.
No, yeah.
No, the same
it's
way.
Uncalculated.
A squirrel in a cage would look around like,
right.
How do I get out of here?
It's like, when you're coming up with like 5 different ways to get out of the cage.
Yes.
The squirrely person is going, how do I make it worse in here?
Right. Right. They think they're trying to escape, but they're just making a mess of the place.
Yeah, it's like, well, what if I put a second lock on this thing?
They're just further tearing up the newspaper that you've put in there to try to make them feel more comfortable.
Right. What if I break the wheel?
Yeah, the hamster wheel. It's like, why would you do that? I'm trying to make things easier for you. So that's how this guy was. He had crazy eyes. He never did me wrong. He never, never had a problem with him.
Sure.
But he did kind of have that vibe of like he could fly off the handle at any moment.
I never liked that.
And also that like this guy has probably beat the shit out. This guy would handily beat the shit out of me. That's how I felt.
Was he bigger than you?
He was tall. He was tall and he was in shape. He was a construction worker.
Yeah.
Stand-up has made me soft over the years.
Yes,
you know what I mean? I used to be able to really handle myself.
Yeah.
Who knows nowadays if the adrenaline was pumping?
Well, let's be honest. We know. We know nowadays. We know what this is.
Stand-up's made me soft, and I'm not interested in physical altercations.
Man, people shake my hands and go, your hands are so soft. And I go, what do you think I'm fighting? What do you think I'm getting? I touch a microphone. For fuck's sake.
Whatever you need from these hands.
Yeah.
Just don't hurt me.
Yeah, I'll make you a cake.
Yeah.
So
we're playing darts and we're having a nice time. Have a couple drinks. We finish the dart game. We go outside and smoke a cigarette. And when we come back upstairs, he goes, let's play again. I'm just going to use the bathroom real quick. Which I thought nothing of.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah.
A couple beers?
I said, we have 2 bathrooms.
Sure.
Pick whichever one you want to pass out in, buddy. So he goes into the bathroom. And he's in there for a couple minutes, and I hear the sink running. Yeah. I don't think anything of it.
Sure.
I'm walking around, drinking, whatever. This is a fun night.
Yeah.
5 minutes pass.
Yeah.
10 minutes pass.
Yeah, that's no good.
After 15 minutes, I was like, this guy ain't taking a shit.
You know me, I take long shits.
Yes.
But I don't think I've ever been in there 15 minutes.
15 minutes is a work shit.
Yeah.
And even then you get out and you're like, oh man, I hope nobody notices I was shitting for 15
right.
minutes.
Yeah, 100%.
You can get 10 minutes out of a work shit.
100%.
And if anyone says anything, it's like, first of all, mind your fucking business. Don't be timing my shits. 15 minutes on the clock.
The best thing is calling someone out on them coming at you about your bathroom breaks.
Yes.
Cigarette breaks, you have no recoil.
Right.
You no response for that.
Yeah.
I had a guy I used to work with. He would take maybe 15 cigarette breaks a day.
Wild.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wild. Those add up.
Yeah,
dude.
it is disrespectful.
And then you got the phone.
He wasn't pulling a full hour on any hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of people who buy cigarettes and they light them and they don't smoke them. They just hold them outside, look at their phone. Yeah. True corporate culture, welfare shit.
Yeah. I've done that.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Fair play to you.
Yeah.
After 15 minutes, I'm like, something's up, but I'm not getting involved.
Sure, of course not.
I go into my room and hop on the laptop.
It'd be so funny. You take the darts and you move it to the bullseye.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he's not going to know.
Yeah, your play, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm holding. I got a mirror on a stick. I'm putting it under the door. Everything okay in there, Bill?
He's jerking off.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe he's jerking off. His girl's not here. I don't know.
Of course, right. Why use the bedroom you share, knowing she's not going to be in town, when you could steadily jerk off in a
She was crazy. She probably put bugs in that bedroom. You kidding me? This guy was driven to do drugs by this bitch.
Okay, so
15 minutes pass, and I'm like, okay, he's not coming out.
Right.
But I'm also like, I'm not his mom. I'm not his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's probably doing drugs in there. But if that's how he wants to spend it, that's fine. I'm a little annoyed now, though, that I can't really hang out in the living room. I feel like if
Are you mid-dart game, or this is the dart?
No, this is in between games. But he did say, he's like, let's play another game. I was like, yeah. All right. Maybe he's...
You sound like a son who only gets to see his dad on the weekends.
He said he was going to play a second game with me. God knows where he is now. Probably with that whore.
Yeah, you fold your arms and you sit on the couch. Huh.
Or I go the other way. I'm like, he's probably just really tired. He would never do anything to...
Yeah. It doesn't matter what my mom says. It's okay.
Yeah, no. He's still my favorite. Yeah. You know what I mean? He'll come around.
Yeah.
We're going to move someday to Alaska like he promised.
He said he's going to take us somewhere.
I don't know how he forgets Christmas and my birthday every year, but, whatever.
Right, they're the same day.
Yeah, they're the same day. Come on. But I'm like, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to knock or anything. I don't want to yell. Let this guy do whatever he's doing. I have another bathroom if I need to use it. But I also don't want to be around when he comes out of the bathroom.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because that's an awkward...
Something's going down.
It's a little weird.
Right.
But after 45 minutes...
He's in there for 45 minutes.
And the water's running.
Still running.
I don't pay for the water bill, so I didn't give a shit at the time.
Man, I love your rationalizing to get yourself out of these situations.
Listen, if he was in there for...
he's running the water. Ain't my business.
Not my problem.
Yeah. Well, the lights are off in there. I don't pay. I pay the electricity bill.
I'll tell you what, if he was flicking the lights on and off for 45 minutes, after 10, I would have been like, hey, this ain't a fucking... What are you doing in there?
This ain't no disco.
Start pulling lines from my father. I don't work for the electric company.
You think I run a factory?
Yeah. I'm not made of money. Get out of there.
You come in with a broom and chase them out like rats.
But after 45 minutes, I'm like, this guy could be dead.
Yeah.
What if I just waited?
45 is a long
What if
time.
15 minutes he's overdosed, but now I could have saved him, but now 45... Also, I got very stoned in the meantime. So that's when those thoughts start creeping in. Like, did you just sentence this guy to death? And he's, you know what I mean? I'm like,
I love your semblance of, did you sentence him to death?
I'm like, I'm half drunk. Right. It's my Friday night or whatever. I don't have a show. I'm just chilling, drinking at my house. And now I got to call the cops and deal with a dead body?
Right.
Do I call his girlfriend and report him as missing? Like, what do I do? Am I liable?
Why are you reporting him missing?
Because I don't want to get involved.
What, are you going to bury the body?
Autopsy said he was playing darts right before. Overdose due to a terrible loss on the dartboard. Made it to 501 before he did.
Yeah, he wrote in his thing that he had closed out 20.
Yeah, right.
But somehow 2 of the darts were in the 20. One of them was in the 19.
His chalkboard tells another story. So finally, after 45 minutes, and also like I'm wishing one of my other roommates would be there so I could talk to them, but like no one's there.
Right.
And I don't know. That's when I start banging on the door. I'm just,
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I'm banging for a good minute or two. Yeah. And then finally I hear, oh, yo. I go, hey, you good in there?
Yeah.
Kind of like, yo.
Yeah.
Are you good? Bro,
right.
You foaming at the mouth? Do I need to fucking Mia Wallace you and give you a fucking
chest, needle to the chest?
An adrenaline shot through your breastplate?
Right.
He goes, no, I'm good. I'll be out in a little bit. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool, man. Yeah. And I go into my room and I wait for him to get out of there, which he does after a minute. And I hear him slink off to his own room and close the door.
Right.
And then I'm like, all right, now I can go hang out in the living room, watch TV or whatever. But I didn't want to have that conversation.
No, of course not. Of course not. Did you see him the next day?
Cut to the next day.
There we go.
Cut to the next day.
There we go.
It's now it's my version of whatever. I'm off that night again. I don't have to do shit the next day. I don't need a lot of
excuse. Comedy schedule.
I don't. I don't need a big excuse to have a few drinks and play Rocket League in my living room. You know what I mean?
Hey man, this is your life.
Better than sniffing heroin in the bathroom, probably. Allegedly.
Right.
So I come home again though, and I come up the stairs, and who's there?
Yeah.
But Bill. That wasn't his name, but Bill's there again.
Bill's there, yeah.
Bill's moving, man. Bill's in a great move. Bill seems like he got a great night of sleep.
Yeah,
His girlfriend's not there, you know? He goes, hey, man, what's going on, dude? I go, hey, man, how you feeling? You good? He goes, yeah, and he immediately addresses it.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, man, I'm sorry about that last night. I thought this was such a bad excuse.
Right.
This dude goes, I'm on this allergy medication. And sometimes when I drink and smoke with it, it's just fucking...
I'm giving him the X.
I think sometimes because I'm generally nice to people and I don't like to...
They think you're stupid.
They think I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Which I am.
Right.
But I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
I wasn't born yesterday, Bill. Yeah, right?
This is the thing.
Yeah.
There was a guy in high school also named Bill, but actually was named Bill.
Heroin Bill.
No, and it's just his eyes would be bloodshot all the time.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, Bill, you got some red eyes there. And he goes, yeah, it's allergies. And I go, oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
but at least that's a symptom of allergies.
It was a thing. We both knew what it was.
Yeah.
And it'd be the middle of winter.
Sure.
And I'd be like, oh, man, this hay fever is out of control, huh, Bill? He goes, it's real bad.
Now, was he in on it, or did he think he was fooling you?
No, he was in on it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's there's a thing. You're kind of an acceptable way to be in on it.
I used to be so paranoid about my eyes being red when I'd be stoned. You know what I mean? I went through so much Visine.
Yeah.
And my other buddy in high school couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Couldn't give a shit. And everybody knew.
This is the thing. When you're taking allergy medication, most of the time that shit is like a Sudafed.
Yeah, it'll put you down.
But then it'll also put you up. Some put you up. Sudafed is like an amphetamine.
Is it? I thought it was the other way around. That it
No.
Okay, I thought it was Indicouch.
No.
You know what I mean? Indicouch. Are you? No, I think you don't know what that is.
I do know what that means.
All right, fine. I think you're just upset that I was going to buzz you first originally in the episode. I
could care less. You know me. I bomb all the time.
Yeah, you look like you don't care.
No.
You give me this white woman look with you.
We opened with Gangsta's Paradise.
All right, hold on. Yeah. I had a great one, actually. This buddy of mine, I'm not finished with this heroin story yet.
I want you to finish the heroin story.
But a quick aside while we're talking about being stoned at school and shit. My buddy, who would always he was stoned constantly and he never put in Visine. He just looked wrecked all the time.
I like it.
One day he's in history class.
Right.
He doesn't have a pen, of course.
Yeah. Why would it?
So he's writing the notes in highlighter. Which is so stupid.
What color?
Right off the bat, yellow. Neon neon yellow on white paper highlighter.
Is there a respectable highlighter color to write notes in where you'd be like, I could get away with this?
Maybe
green.
The baby blue one?
I was
or green?
Green or the green. Yeah.
Pink, no. Pink, yellow, no. Certainly not. You could barely discern it from the rest of the paper. If you're working with a legal pad, you're completely fucked. You can't read anything at all. Absolutely. But he's writing on his whatever binder, white paper.
You might as well be writing it with a stick of butter.
He might, right? He might have been taking a test actually with it. Which, like, can you imagine the teacher gets handed in a test written in highlighter?
If it was like a Spanish test and he had to translate sentences.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Teacher comes over to him while he's like got his head down in his paper. He's writing with his highlighter, and the teacher just like gets down low next to his face, and the teacher goes, he goes, Bobby, there's no pen today, huh? And Bobby looks up at him. He's like, he looking stoned out of his, he looks up like squinting, like. He goes, oh yeah, sorry, I don't have my pen today, but I'm working with the highlighter. And the teacher goes, oh, I see. I guess the lights are reflecting off of the yellow highlighter that you're writing with into your eyes, and that's what's making them so red. And Bobby just goes, like he knows, everybody knows, but Bobby just goes, yeah, I guess so. Because what do you say? What do you say? Be like, no, Your Honor, I'm stoned out of my gills. I had lunch last period.
Right. I mean, it's a fucking teacher. Wait, who gives a shit?
I love a teacher fucking with a student like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love disrespecting teachers.
I know you do.
Right. Yeah.
So back to the heroin story.
Sure.
I assume heroin, allegedly.
Yeah.
I come home from work.
My allergies were acting up.
That's what he says. My allergy medicine sometimes.
Yeah, of course not. Insane.
If I drink and smoke, it just puts me. I get knocked out like that.
On the toilet.
That's what I mean. It's like, come on. The sink was running. Were you mid washing your hands? You just crumpled to the ground.
The desire to sleep has overtaken me.
I awoke and my hands were still wet.
I had awoken 45 minutes later.
Thank God the plunger wasn't in. Thank God the sink stopper wasn't in, that whole time.
Yeah.
Flood the whole apartment, dude.
Right. Like the wet bandits.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I don't give him any shit. I know he's doing drugs, but I'm like, he didn't die.
Right.
I go, yeah, no, of course, man. Of course. No problem. Don't worry about it.
You didn't like look at him and be like, come on.
No, I really didn't give him any grief at all.
None whatsoever.
Because this guy could kill me at any moment. Okay. Don't forget, he's got crazy eyes.
And also, you're walking up the stairs. He's got the
height advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He's like peeling potatoes with a steak knife while he says this. I'm like, whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. But he goes, hey, man, we never got that second game in. I go, you want to play some darts? You want to hang out for a little bit?
You're back to being the son.
And I'm like, yeah, right? I'm like, I knew you'd come around, Dad. I knew you'd.
Yeah, Mom said you wouldn't, but here you are.
Stupid bitch was wrong. I knew you'd come through. He's got a birthday present for me. He's like, look what I've got.
Listen, Tommy, I got to go out of town for a little while.
So we start having a couple beers, playing darts. After the first game, he wins this game.
Sure.
I won the game the day before. He won this one.
So now you're tied, 1-1.
Tied, 1-1. Go downstairs, go outside, smoke a cigarette. Mm-hmm. He goes, we'll go in, we'll do a tiebreaker. Yeah. See. And I go, yeah, we could even keep playing. I'm just hanging out, man. We're talking. I'm getting to know him a little bit.
Yeah, my schedule's light.
I'm actually here, and this night I'm hearing stories about how he grew up fighting a lot. Like he was always getting into fights. My God. And like really putting a fucking hurting on people.
Of course.
And I'm just there with a beer like, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? I haven't fought somebody in like 7 years.
Yeah. How old are you at that point?
I'm like 25.
Okay, yeah.
26.
I haven't fought anybody since I was 13, but that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got into a couple scraps in college, but nothing crazy.
Right.
We go upstairs. Yeah. I'm smoking the cigarette. He goes, I'm just going to use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah.
And I go, cool, man.
I go, hey! Don't leave the sink running. You take your allergy medication? Better leave that door ajar.
I'm like,
that's what I'd be doing.
Give me that Robitussin, that Sudafed, whatever you got on you. Give me your inhaler. I don't trust it.
Let me get a little hit.
And I mean, just as you expect, dude.
Yeah.
He's in there 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The sink is running. And I'm like a kid who's just like, again? Like again. Yeah. And also not just again, but like the exact same sequence of events. Like he didn't even get worried. Like I hope if I do this now, I don't want it to fall asleep again. Maybe I'll just hang out with this guy and eventually go to my bedroom and sniff heroin.
You're like Will Smith when he realizes his dad is a delinquent in Fresh Prince.
Yes.
Why don't he want me, man? Why do you want to finish this game of darts?
How come you don't want to play darts with me, man? And this time I wait.
I'm going to teach my son how to play darts. He's going to get all the shorties.
I only wait like 20 minutes this time. And I'm like, yo, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, dude.
Come on, man.
And he comes out of it, and same thing. He goes to his... The next day when I see him...
Right.
Just no acknowledgement of it this time, which I think was the right play on his part, and I'm not going to ask.
It was the right play the first time.
And actually, I think when his girlfriend came back a week later, he got sent off to like rehab by her. I think he got back into his shit while she was gone, and then she very quickly, he probably fell asleep in the bathroom with her around.
Yeah.
And she ain't going to let it slide like Dennis is going to let it slide.
Yeah, of course not.
And so that's my falling asleep in the bathroom heroin story.
I don't even know how we got there, to be honest.
I forget.
Yeah, I have no clue. All right, let's just do the state.
Good story, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. I thought it's great. I like it when people are problematic drug users.
Last I saw, he was all cleaned up.
Right.
He moved to Florida. They were still together.
Really?
And he was doing very well. Yeah, so, best of luck to him.
Yeah, of course.
But I do love that story.
Yeah.
I do love a good someone falling asleep on drugs twice and trying to hide it story.
I got one.
What do you got?
I got one. So I used to date this girl.
It's not about me, right?
No. I used to date
that pause. I didn't like that pause.
No, we
that
didn't
glance.
even. I mean, we actually weren't even dating. We were just hooking up.
Okay.
And I remember one time we were just, we were hooking up every now and again, and then we're hooking up at her place, and her friend comes over and starts, me and her are asleep in the bed, or trying to, and her friend's also in the bed.
You got two girls in the bed.
Yeah, yeah. And the one who's like her friend goes, hey, and I was like, what's up? She's like, you got any crank?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you dating? Some hippie?
I mean,
living in a collective.
I mean, it was a first of all, this woman was. Later on, she ended up dying in drug related, I believe.
You believe?
Well, this is what happened.
She said it was allergy medication.
No, I'm telling you right now, Sudafed is killing the nation.
Yeah, right?
No, it was what happened was she ended up. I think she had fallen asleep with a lit cigarette.
Oh, spontaneous combustion.
Well,
as they would call it.
The bed caught on fire, and then she went to the bathroom and tried to. And then the portion of the house where she lived ended up burning down. She died in the fire.
I always think.
Yeah.
And this is fucked up to say.
Right.
I always think if I'm in a house that gets sets ablaze, even if I'm in a dead sleep.
Sure.
I'm like, once I wake up, I'd be all right. I'd get out of there. I don't know what this girl's doing. What do you say? She went to the bathroom to what? Try to wet a blanket?
I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but that's what I was told was the situation.
Okay. All right.
And it was just like, but I remember her, like the only thing that does remember once is I remember having sex with her and I remember her smelling awful.
She smelled like smoke?
Yeah. No, not even that. The cigarette smell wasn't even, it was like, oh.
I meant from the fire that her friend died in.
Oh, that's really rough.
That's tough? Too much?
That's a little too much.
Here, you want a tip? Whenever someone's like, hey, you got a tip? You know what you say? You want a tip? Don't smoke in bed.
Yeah. She was like, this is the thing. What boggles my mind is like, forget the dying in the fire thing was crazy, but like having your friend, we're in this bed, sleeping, and her friend's like, do you have any like heroin? She was looking for heroin.
No, she wanted crank.
I asked what crank meant. She said heroin.
Something's off here.
Yeah,
crank is not heroin.
I thought crank was meth.
I've seen the movie with Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Crank is like electricity to your tongue from a car battery.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Listen, I agree with you.
Yeah, no, crank is like dirty speed.
Yeah, that's
trucker crank.
Right. So I thought, but I was like, what is that? She's like, I want like heroin. And I was like, no, I don't have heroin on me.
Maybe you looked like a derelict. And she was like, let me feel this guy out. You got crank? You got heroin? What do you got? What are you selling?
I say no. She starts reading a Bible.
She's like, okay, good.
Yeah.
I can sleep now.
Let us pray.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
We are truly blessed.
I'm trying to think of all the people in my life who have done like heavy drugs and like if I've ever gotten in any situations. I mean, I've done ecstasy till like 7, 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Maybe like a little.
Anything to let you put those walls down and just dance the night away.
Oh, baby, you know it. Your boy loved to get sweaty. Your boy loved man. I
didn't know you during that period of your life.
Man,
it's very hard to imagine you having a good time and dancing.
Dancing my ass off.
Yeah.
Man. Feet hurting the next day.
Jesus.
Jaw hurting from all the cigarettes and chewing straws. Oh, just a great thing. Nothing was better than being in a nightclub. Right?
Not getting laid, just dancing.
Just dancing.
Just dancing.
Sometimes that's all you need. The beat brings you to life. You know what I mean? The beat takes you home. The beat makes love to you. Yeah. So there was this, like the, house music is blaring. the place would go completely dark.
Would be like a warehouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely dark. You hear the smoke machines going off, right? It's completely dark, and then the lights start flashing, but you can't even see your hand in front of your face.
Yeah. This is your safe space.
This is phenomenal, dude. I wish I could do that in my apartment.
You know, you could still go to raves and stuff and not do the drug thing. You could just go. You're like, it's not the same. My youth is gone. All my happiness shredded, taken from me.
It's not any of that. It's just stupid.
Do you hear your voice right now? It's not any of that.
It sucks, dude. It fucking blows.
Why does it suck now compared to then?
Because it's just like, I'm not going to do ecstasy.
Why not? If you got stuff you knew, you could test drugs. You know that, right?
It's not about no, the fentanyl doesn't even scare me.
Oh, I meant anything. But yeah, sure, fentanyl's around.
Yeah. But I'm saying like the next day, that hangover is going to be vicious.
Yeah.
Have you ever done Molly? Ever done ecstasy?
I've done a very, very, very small amount of Molly.
Yeah.
Not enough to trip though.
Right.
But I was tripping on mushrooms at the time.
Right. Yeah.
But it was enough to like keep me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my buddy took some. He took a bit more than me, and he wasn't hydrating. He wasn't drinking throughout the day.
Right.
Because we were like spending the day kind of out in the woods and shit, and I was drinking water and alcohol, but I was. For every alcoholic drink, I was having some water too. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And I had no hangover the next day, and he was fucked up the next day.
That's what I'm saying.
Vicious is the way to describe it.
You feel absolutely depleted, and also your serotonin's gone.
Your
too.
serotonin's
it's all fucked.
Right.
All right, let's do these top 5 states. Top 5 countries, actually. All Australia, Canada, Germany, Norway, Singapore. Singapore, making the list, baby.
Singapore?
We got lovers. We got fans in Singapore.
Okay.
San Francisco, #1 city. Here we go. All right, we'll come
City
through.
of Hills.
Yeah, city.
Coming through for the City of Rats.
Yeah, baby.
City of Mrs. Doubtfire. That's what I equate San Francisco.
Have you ever been to San Francisco?
No, but I had this fantasy when I was. That's where I wanted to.
Ooh, tell me about this fan.
I fucked San Francisco. No, I think
it was me in a nightclub. I'm shirtless. Men everywhere.
Men everywhere. Yeah. No, I think San Francisco, from the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, for some reason, I saw those red trolley cars in the streets and shit,
right.
and the hills, and I was just like, that's where I want to live.
Really?
No longer. I don't have that feeling. Yeah. Then I saw Milk. About
Harvey Milk.
Yeah, Harvey Milk. And I was like, I don't want to live there anymore.
I've made my decision. I know who I'm going to be.
Even though the 90s happened after Harvey Milk.
Sure,
whatever.
Sure.
Okay.
The Full House was also in San Francisco.
That too. Yeah, the Full House.
You know the crazy thing about San Francisco? I remember going there a few years ago, and the hotel I was staying at had bikes you could use.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, let me bike around town. I got morning to kill.
Those hills.
So I'm biking up this hill, and at first I'm like, I got this. I'm like standing on the bike, I'm fucking pushing, and dude, this hill is the incline just is getting worse.
Right.
It feels like it's like a treadmill, and someone's pushing the incline
just
button.
Slowly getting more of an angle.
At one point,
you're trying to ride the bike, like you're standing cranking the wheel.
Cranking.
Generally, people walk bikes uphill. If it's that severe.
So I pass by this lady.
And
I go, this bitch.
You're gonna break a gear, man.
I don't give a shit. It's on my bike.
All right.
I go, and I'm passing this lady, and I go, she can go fuck herself. I'm gonna take this hill.
Okay.
You know? And I'm just cranking it up this hill, and then I probably get like 33% up.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I can't. I have nothing left.
Of course.
I have nothing left in the tank.
Your weight while you're standing pedaling isn't even doing the job.
Just not helping anymore.
Yeah.
And now I just get off the bike and I start walking it up the hill, and then I see this woman just cruises up the fucking hill, not even a problem. Yeah, dude. These hills are wild.
The bike that you had though, was it a fixed gear?
No, it had a couple gears.
Okay.
Like 3 though.
And you dropped it down, it still was okay.
Still, yeah.
You got like a 12-speed. That's you could fuck around with that a little bit.
Yeah. But this is not.
I mean, probably not you.
Right. No.
There are people.
I've heard there are people.
Right.
So, so what else? New York, L.A., Livingston, New Jersey, still on the list. San Antonio on the list. All right, break out some of these stories. I want to. All
right.
We started off Coolio.
Yeah.
And the drugs. Yes. What's the next story?
Is that how Coolio? How did Coolio die? Do we know how he died?
I think it was a heart attack.
Heart attack in the bathroom, though, right? Isn't that the story?
I don't even know. It's just 50. This is the thing though. 59 years old.
Yeah. That's very young.
That's too early.
Even for a rapper.
Yeah, it's too early.
Yeah.
It's too early. That's no good.
Too early for anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. But I feel like a lot of these rappers, man, I was talking about this with this guy that I worked with this weekend, and he's just telling me, he's like, man, he goes, yeah, my dad died at 47.
Right.
Of a heart attack. And I go, this is crazy. Like, you gotta, and he says to me, he goes, like, food is like, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, but he's like, food is like my like the vice.
That's his vice.
Yeah. But food might be the worst one.
It could be. I mean, everything in moderation.
That's what
I think
I'm
that's
saying.
key. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you, it's not illegal to eat yourself to death. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You could and also drinking, like, you can get it. That's illegal.
Sure.
But it's like you can't coke is illegal. Heroin's illegal. You know what I'm saying? But like food, you can buy a pie of pizza every goddamn day. No one's gonna stop you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'm pretty sure that's kind of what the movie The Whale is about. The new one coming out with Brendan Fraser as a big old fat guy.
Yeah. It's about him being a fat guy.
It's about him being a fat guy. And I think there's a little more to it than that. I forget the director, but the director's very, he's...
It's nice that they at least used a very clear-cut name for the movie.
Brendan Fraser?
No.
The Whale?
The Whale.
Yeah, it's a little on the nose if you ask me.
It's on the...
It's also from a play. It was a play first.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, did they have to get a fat actor for the play? Or is the guy in the play also wearing like a fat suit?
I don't know. I don't know. I just think that it's very... Because like that movie Precious came out, and whenever anyone was fat, they'd call him Precious.
I didn't find that movie precious at all. I found that movie very upsetting. I haven't seen it. But The Whale is about, Brendan Fraser plays a guy who's morbidly overweight.
Right.
And he has like a nurse friend who comes by and sees him once in a while, and she basically tells him, she's like, you have like 2 weeks left to live if you keep living like this.
Right.
And he kind of sees that as like, so I can kill myself in 2 weeks by just living the way I've been living. Yeah. And I'm sure hilarity ensues. Darren Aronofsky, that's who it is.
Yeah.
The Black Swan, and he's done some. So I'm sure it's going to be an interesting movie.
Okay. What else we got?
That's movie talk with Dennis Rooney.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. I don't know about this whole taking the phone out, but I'll do it.
I mean, let's give it a shot.
Woman kills ex-landlord with a hammer after being confronted about bad checks.
This is the thing. The problem with, we're always constantly giving landlords grief, right?
Uh-huh.
I know we're always saying, like, they always hiking up the prices. It's impossible to live in New York City. But sometimes it's real. But this is the thing. But wouldn't you jump at the chance to own a building and have mailbox money coming in? I would.
Yeah.
But it's not that simple.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like when people say, oh, I'll just buy an apartment and I'll Airbnb it.
Yeah.
Who's going to manage all that?
Right.
The place has to be cleaned. You got to find people. You got to take photos. You got to keep the photos nice. You got to furnish it.
It's not the toughest job in the world.
I'm not. Yeah.
And you can also subcontract out a lot of this work. However, what I think you're trying to get to is, what if, God forbid, you wind up renting to someone like you, who's going to be sending emails all the time about every small...
I'm going to tell you right now.
You tell me right now.
I appreciate you trying to make me the problem here.
I'm not saying you're the problem.
Yeah. I'm saying that I think that I'm not a guy I'm not showing up with a hammer.
Yeah, but this whole story...
You know what I mean?
She was forging checks in his name.
Yeah.
There was also... there was something sexual was going on here.
Of course, there always is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now he's his landlord, her landlord. Mm-hmm. He's banging her.
Yeah.
She's probably behind on rent.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's forging checks for $40,000 in his name.
Right.
He eventually finds out.
Right.
Which that's something to be said about landlords. $40,000 up in the air. You don't find out until eventually?
Okay, yeah, I get that, but you got to realize something.
He confronts her. She kills him with a hammer?
Let's look at our perspective. If something hit your account for like $2, you wouldn't notice. Probably not.
You think my $2 is to his 40,000?
Maybe.
It's a big.
I know it's
multiple buildings.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like 40 grand. Like, and I'm not saying that we cut landlords slack. There are shady landlords, but there are good landlords who do get fucked with some wild tenants.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
I think there's more bad landlords than there are good landlords, though.
No. I think that ultimately, yes, I do. But I think that it's like sort of like when you get swept under with the rest of the group.
Right.
It's like good landlords get fucked, because there's so many shitty landlords that the rules become sort of difficult to maneuver because having a good tenant is what I'm saying.
Also, living in as densely a populated place as New York City
and this happened
its surrounding
here in New York?
boroughs. No, this happened in Massachusetts.
Okay, right.
But you know they're animals up there.
Absolutely.
You know they're fucking. Is Massachusetts on the list of states listening?
No.
Then go fuck them, okay?
Exactly. You don't tune in, you can tune the fuck out.
You bring your hammer to my next show.
Massachusetts.
Nice.
Thank you.
We got you.
Yeah,
we got you guys good.
Yeah, Pwned.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, all right. You could have gotten me there, but it's all right.
I just think like, I don't know, killing someone with a hammer is pretty vicious.
Yeah, of course. I'm not justifying.
I just don't know why you love this guy. That this guy got murdered.
No, I don't. Yo, one time I think I don't remember who it was. Like a buddy of mine, his landlord was killed.
Yeah.
And he didn't pay rent. He just didn't have to pay rent. This went on for a while.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
If my landlord sniffed heroin in my bathroom,
go easy,
and did overdose,
go easy,
I would do everything to hide that body for a long time.
That's so fucking sad.
Why is that sad?
Because it's my mother. One.
Oh, I was thinking in Brooklyn. That's not true. Yeah. There's no financial transactions that take place between me and your mom. Only emotional transactions.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's great.
No,
that's
in my head with that riff, I was thinking more about the Bushwick situation.
Yeah, of course. 100%.
Do I have permission to what about that guy? What about that old Jewish dude? If he dies in my apartment, can I hide his body?
I mean, listen, it's
racist.
This you can get away with not paying rent for 6 months if you really want to.
Yeah.
If you want to. You know what I mean? You can butcher.
What, with me and your mother?
No.
Oh, you mean
I'll come at you. No, I'm the worst. You do not want this.
You don't want these emails.
Yeah, you don't want that. These emails are coming fast and furious.
I'm sending hard copies to boot.
You're getting hard letters, multiple emails, different addresses. It's a fucking madhouse.
I hear what you're saying. No, it's very hard to get evicted.
Yeah.
The way you say it makes it seem like it's an option. Like you could just not pay for 6 months. But it's really more like, because you've been evicted.
Yeah. You're talking to the champ right here.
Why? How many times?
Just once, but I did a good job at it.
It's all you need is one time if you do it right.
Yeah, it's just that you're in the ring now, baby. Yeah, I'm a fighter.
Yeah, 6 months.
How many times do you get evicted?
I think your mom's working on it right now, but it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
it ain't happening.
You look around where we take a break. You look around. There's like drafting paperwork that I've been working on.
As I was walking out of the apartment today, she's just picking up shit behind me, throwing it out. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easy to do that.
Yeah.
It makes it in that favor.
It's easier than killing someone. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Great.
6 months. If you can't get your shit together in 6 months while not paying rent.
People have it in a bad way. People have it in a fucking bad way. It is what it is.
Save your money.
Yeah, of course. All right. Let's take a quick break. This is going to be a 2-part episode. Part 1 coming out next week. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Pulling the curtain back.
We're pulling. Yeah. Because Dennis is going on tour. And you got anything to tell people for this is coming out Wednesday?
Yeah, this is coming out Wednesday. I'll be in Chattanooga at the Bode Hotel Comedy Club situation Thursday and Friday, I believe. And then I will be in Asheville, North Carolina at Don't Tell Comedy. It's a secret comedy show. Follow me on Instagram and I'll tell you the information. That's how that works. So check that out. And I'm on Instagram at dennisrooney7.
Right, cool. The 7th and 8th, I'll be in Pittsburgh. The Improv with Akash Singh. 14th, 15th, The Funny Bone with Akash Singh. Tickets will be available on the website on All Day KCA. And then we got that going on. And and that's it. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in to City of Rats.
City of Rats.
What if I just end every episode with All right, we'll be right back.